Tornadoes on the ground near Stanton, Iowa. Zach Sharp at Chasers all over this storm. We're Weather Nation. We'll have coverage for you through the afternoon. More coming up here on Weather Nation.
This is a Weather Nation severe weather alert.
Welcome back to Weather Nation. We appreciate you being with us. Now, just moments ago, Zach Sharp, a storm chaser, out and about in Iowa today in the southern sections of Iowa, coming up on a tornado in a safe place, but a tornado, a wedge-type tornado on the ground. We're going to replay some of that video just moments ago, only about 5 minutes ago, near Stanton, Iowa, and Zach took this footage of a wedge-type tornado that was on the ground. Now, in a rural area between Stanton and a little bit further off to the north near Elliott or Grant, but nonetheless, there is another community in line here. And if you live in Grant, you need to be in a safe place immediately. But Zach took this video after we had a confirmed tornado even before this that was on the ground. Zach, are you with us on the phone and can tell us what we see? Now, this is moments ago, the video that's being replayed. Do you still see that actual tornado on the ground from your vantage point?
Yes, David. It is off to our north right now. We are trying to take a north option. We're on the southeast side of this tornado right now. It is not as large as it was earlier. It looks like it will be tracking off to the west of Grant, maybe between the towns of Elliott and Grant, Iowa, which is in southwest Iowa, just north of Highway 34.
Zach, are you from this area?
Yes, I'm around. I know this area very well.
Good, good. So you can help us out now with warning people in advance where this thing is headed. Now, you said it was going toward Morton Mills or maybe Grant, a little bit further to the north of these small communities?
Yes, it's going to pass to the west of Morton Mills and to the west of Grant. Probably track right between Elliott and Grant. Right, it looks like it will miss them fortunately greatly.
All right. Go ahead, Zach. We lost you for a moment. Can you just recap the last 5 seconds of what you said? Zach? We'll check in with Zach. Zach, if you can hear me, you just keep talking, and I'll put you back on in just a second. But to get everybody up to date on where we are, east of Highway 48 and just to the west of Highway 71, a confirmed tornado, a wedge-type tornado on the ground moments ago near Stanton, Iowa. This thing is moving to the north. We have very strong indication of an inbound and an outbound wind associated with it. It's gone through a couple of cycling stages. It was not cycling right there. That's from about 7 minutes ago when the storm was on the ground, and you can see how everything was traveling around that too. We had a very strong rotation all the way around the actual funnel that was on the ground. A wedge-type tornado, very low base to this, and look at all the little vortices dancing around it. This was a big-time tornado that was confirmed about 10 minutes prior to this, but was in a rural area. Zach rolled up on it and has it for us live, even as we speak. From time to time, we have seen this thing actually producing a very strong rotation. We've had a lot of wind shear with it that was showing up very well on many of our products all over the Stanton area, maybe working its way to the north a little bit more than east, but nonetheless a dangerous situation, and looks like now it's going to be between Elliott and Grant. Its motion to the north would take it maybe in between the two communities, but we know people live here. It's just a lot of farmland. It's very wide open, very rural region, but a tightly packed couplet that took shape right as it moved across the road. And I think when Zach saw it, it was probably at its peak there at that moment, just after it crossed over U.S. Highway 34 and just to the west of 71. Another situation here that we'll be looking at. Let's go out a little bit further now if we can, Matt, and take a look. We'd be crossing over Interstate 80 in about 15 to 20 minutes just west of the town of Creston. It's only about 30 miles away from crossing over Interstate 80, and as it does so and works its way northward, who knows what could happen here because it is in a cycling stage. The community of Atlantic, you are certainly in the path of this storm and should now go immediately to your safe place. Now, this is Iowa. The people in Iowa very familiar with tornadoes, and I think everybody probably has some kind of a plan or another. You need to put that in motion now near Lyman, near Atlantic, Kemling, Oakland, over to Bridgewater, Anita, and Elkhorn. These are communities where this storm is presently headed. Moments ago, Zach Sharp taking this video of a wedge tornado in Iowa. We'll have more on this story coming up in a moment.